Hello everybody, I'm Gremlin Fred Jackson to everybody else I know, who knows me. Today I'm going to be changing out the strut on my 1985.5 or B or half Porsche 944 or 944, and so I'll get started. First thing we got to do to get the strut out is take the wheel off. I've already got it up on jack and a jack stand in the middle of the car. I really don't need to get under it to do this job. I also have an issue with my steering rack that we're going to address right after this too. So if you see what's wrong while I have the wheel off, now you know that I know about it. Obviously, they've been over-torqued. Okay. Okay, we're going to have to address that with our handy-dandy breaker bar. So, let me move this jack stand and drop the card in. Jack the car back up and put it back on its jack stand. Higher is where I had it. Make it easier to work in here. Okay, now to finish our video here. We'll find out what else is going to be tight and over-torqued and whatnot. Okay. So along with me, this is the first chance I've had to look at the inside of, or behind my wheel here, and together we'll see what's going on. My front brake pads appear to have a decent amount of pad. Free play. No serious scratches on the front side of this rotor. Back side appears to be good also. If I were to measure this, I would say I have about a 1/4 inch of pad on both of these pads. Maybe a little less on the one in back, but that's not a bad thing, seeing as how the piston's right behind it and it's the first pad to really engage. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take this strut out, I think. Everything looks pretty normal. Let's make sure it's the strut before I go tearing into it. Maybe just an issue with my steering rack. So I'll show you what I'm talking about there. And first we'll see how this is doing. Got a wee bit of play, but it's actually supposed to turn up here at the top. You know, this is where this whole entire piece rotates, is up here on a thrust bearing or a bushing. I'm really not sure which, so I won't profess to know. Otherwise, the brake line looks okay. It's a good time to inspect this stuff. We'll wipe it off. But I'm not seeing any cracks or breaks in it. It's essentially routed the correct way. Should do something about that, make it a better connection. We got our little wire here for our brake pad sensor. And let's make sure this is all installed correctly. There should be a clip, yep. Okay, our spring clip is in place, holding the wire in place, the pins are in place. Pads look like they're in the proper positions. So I'd call this brake setup good. This probably is good too, but I've got a spare already out of a 1984 we have, just in case I need it. So it's looking like the issue really is my cross member here, where my steering rack mounts appears to have a break in it. We'll see. Okay, I really can't tell if you can see it in this video, but apparently the top of my cross member has a broken rack mount. That's a bad thing. And as I feared, the bottom rack, apparently the bolt sheared off on the bottom of the rack mount. Now we still have the little mount here. I see this bleeder air valve is loose. That's probably why I'm sucking air into my rack. So this is where it's broke, is right here. So I'm going to have to see what I can do here about getting this out. Maybe a piece of wood and push it up. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. I'm going to need a whole new cross member, it looks like. Yep. And that's not going to be a fun job to do. Entails dismounting it from the engine and this rack and the lower control arms. Whew. Not going to be fun. So for now, I have to figure out a way to fix this if I can.